who are we? You guys ever heard of Sheikh Yunus? Sheikh Yunus Jaunpuri, this famous scholar from India, Saharanpur. He comes to England every so often for Khatm Bukhari in Darul London and Darul Bury. Some of you guys may have heard of him, right? He's a very good scholar. His entire life, he didn't get married because of his love for hadith. His entire life, which is actually the predominant opinion in the Shafi'i school of thought, right? That if a person can dedicate their life for the sake of hadith, it's preferable for them to do that rather than getting married and being distracted from teaching hadith. Therefore, many Shafi'i scholars actually did this. Who was the most famous one who didn't get married for the sake of hadith? Imam Nawawi, very good. Imam Nawawi rahmatullahi alayhi was a scholar who was known for not getting married his entire life for his dedication to hadith. Sheikh Yunus is one of them, and I had the chance to meet him on many different occasions. Very knowledgeable man, I'm telling you, pious individual. Regardless, one day what happened was that I was appointed to push his wheelchair during the days of Hajj in Makkah Mukarram. So one day what happened was I took him for Maghrib Salah. I took him inside the Haram in the Masjid in Makkah Mukarramah, and we settled him down in place. We took the wheelchair, put it against the pillar on the side, and I was sitting next to him. There were a few other scholars that were also sitting there. And we stayed there until Maghrib, until Isha. After Isha Salah was over, one random brother, he came to the Shaykh and he said, Assalamu alaikum. He kissed the Shaykh's hand, he said, dua, dua, dua. And he walked off. And I looked at that guy, I was like, you know, random brother just came to say dua. Good luck, mashallah, good job, right? A few minutes later, an African brother comes. And he kisses his hand, kisses him, Shaykh, dua, dua, dua. And you know what happens in Saudi Arabia, right? When one person does it, what does everyone else do? They copy, right? So before you know it, everyone's gathering around and saying, Shaykh, dua, 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 and they're kissing his hand and shaking his hand. And you guys know, for those of you who've been to Makkah Mukarramah, they say, Zahma mamnu'. Zahma mamnu', what does that mean? You can't gather around, no congregation, you can't have unofficial gatherings. So before we know it, all the cameras in the masjid are turning towards us. I felt like I was being arrested by the FBI or something. And all these guys, skinny guys walking, the skinny officers, they walked up with their sticks, saying, get out of here, get out of here. And they're pushing us, right? They're shoving and pushing us, pushing all the crowd away. And finally when they pushed everyone away, one of the officers, he came to the Shaykh and he lifted his stick. He said, what are you doing? Get out of the masjid. Like that. So then we told the guy, just chillax a little, we'll take him out of here. So we put him on the wheelchair, we were pushing him out. And when I was walking him out of King Abdulaziz Gate, which was near the Ajiyad area where he was staying, the Shaykh was in tears. I asked him, I said, Shaykh, why are you crying? We apologize if anything what the officer said was harsh or mean to you. He didn't mean it. He said, no, that's not what I'm crying. He said, the reason why I'm crying is because those people weren't kissing me, they were actually kissing the knowledge of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. These were his words. He says, who is Yunus? He says, Yunus kone? Who's Yunus? Yunus was a young kid who used to walk around in a sleeveless shirt and shorts in a small city of India called Jaunpur, who no one was ever to ever know of had he not fallen in love with the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And that's the reality.